So how are you guys doing, first of all?
Very well. Good to see you.
Very good, thanks.
Hey, good to see you too. I watched the film 2 days ago and I enjoyed it quite a lot. And one question popped into my mind immediately. I mean, being immortal and the possibilities and also the burden that comes with it is kind of the big topic in the movie. So I want to ask you guys, actually, if you had the chance to be immortal, would you take it? And maybe if not, why not?
I think before the film, I would probably think actually it would be quite a nice thing, quite a nice gift to be immortal. I think when the credits roll, I'm thinking the exact opposite, which is no way, Jose. Yeah, I think that's one of the things the film does really well. It really explores the, like you said, the burden of immortality, the curse of it, whatever you want to call it. But you feel the weight of the world on these characters' shoulders.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, that it's that you that I would say I would not want to be immortal. Because the glory and the beautiful thing about life is that it's special because it's finite, because it doesn't last. Therefore, you kind of want to protect it, and it makes every moment of value. And that's sadly the good and the bad news, that's what makes it special.
Although you guys both played in huge franchises like the Avengers and Harry Potter, and film kind of has the sense of being immortal. So in a sense, you guys have sort of immortality to it. I know being associated also with these big films, is that sometimes also a burden for you?
What's this, my mantra? It's the Wi-Fi password.
I think being part of a large franchise like sort of the Marvel universe or Harry Potter, I'm not speaking for you, Harry, but I'm just saying in the general world of those things. I mean, there's such extraordinary reach and engagement, and these are films that I have enjoyed watching, and my taste in film is very broad, and so I love a lot of different kind of films, and these are definitely included. So I think being part of those things is exciting as well.
Yeah, I think one of the extraordinary things about these franchise films is just the reach. When you go on holiday, someone comes up to you and says, "Were you so and so?" And I'm sort of always amazed at how far-reaching these stories, the places they get to, are quite extraordinary.
Did you guys actually know about the source material, and what did fascinate you about your characters in the film?
Yeah, I didn't know the source material, until I met with Gina and then started the process, and then I went back and looked at the graphic novel. And I think just from my conversation with Gina and my beginning to work on the script and look at the script, what fascinated me was the empathy that I had for this character, that I was really drawn in an empathetic way to this character's, to Copley's struggle somehow, which seemed very human to me in and amongst all of the kind of fantastical world that he was sort of in the middle of. There was something very rooted and just very human about his particular issue and his particular psychology.
Yeah, I didn't know about the graphic novel when I got sent the script. And actually one of the first things I did before meeting Gina was to get both the graphic novel and the script side by side. And so I'd read a scene and then I'd go to the graphic novel to see how it played out in that version of the story. And it was a really intriguing sort of entry point into the whole process, because there were real similarities between the two, but also there were differences. And the fact that there were differences, I think Merrick in the comic book was very different to how we play him in the film. And those differences are great because they allow a conversation to happen and a discussion as to why they made the changes they did, to what avenue they wanted to explore by changing particular things. So it was a really it was a fascinating entry point into the whole process of being involved.
Yeah. One thing I also find very fascinating about the film is kind of your both characters that deal with that sort of also difficult moral question of how far can science go to have something like immunity or to have something, to create something like that. And what do you guys think? How far can science go to, for example, save millions of lives? Yeah.
Yeah, I do think there's a duty, you know, of just in the sense of an objective harm, I guess, is the best way of putting it. Is like, I think if you're harming people in a way that is unambiguous, you know, you are clearly harming them to achieve something else that you might be able to put a real number of lives on that something else. But if you are harming people, and you could be harming a species, you could be harming animals, you could be harming anything. You know, then I think that you are in very, very difficult moral, ethical territory. You know, and I think for the most part, you can't go past those lines of objective harm in order to achieve, what is thought of then as a greater good. I think you have to find another way.
Yeah, I think Gina was very clever early on saying to me, we really want to make sure that we believe in Merrick's quest to find the cure for all these diseases, because from that point we then have somewhere to go. We then have the journey of Merrick going too far. So yeah, it's an interesting point about where the sort of where you draw the line. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, and good luck with the film, of course, and stay safe. Yeah.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.